Hello and welcome to Straight Line. It is International Nurses Day, and so the day would not be complete without us speaking to the nurses who are right now working inside COVID wards, helping treat patients, and are basically the frontline warriors, the COVID warriors today. So I have with me right now Shylaja Shivanna, who is the superintendent of nurses in Narayana Hospital, and we will be having a conversation about today, the International Nurses Day, as well as the daily experience of treating COVID patients and how stressing it can be for a nurse, especially because they are the ones who have to deal with the patients on day-to-day basis, and for most part of their days, the dealing with the patient as such. So, Shailaja ji, welcome to Straight Line.
Thank you so much.
Happy International Nurses Day as well. Have you gotten time to celebrate today, or it's been just hectic?
It's been completely hectic, but still, just we wish in the messages only of our nurses. That's all. Because we need to give a more prioritize the time for our patients as we
Mm-hmm.
are frontline warriors. Yes.
Generally, do you get time to celebrate this day on other or other years when COVID is not persistent as such as it is today? Like, do you get time on those years, or it's been
Yes,
just
definitely. We had a very good time in the last year also. We had celebrated, and hence it was like in the first wave, we not had this much of a very tough time, but we had celebrated with the distance. In this time, definitely, you know that in the second wave it's
mm-hmm.
how virulent. So
Mm-hmm.
we have just minimized everything only with the wish. Our priority is a caring the patient.
So, Shailaja ji, like, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how has been the experience of working here in Jammu and Kashmir? And is this nursing? Is this the profession that you choose for yourself, or you were, also told by your parents, okay, this is a good profession, please go on with it?
No. Actually, it's chosen by me, actually myself. My family, it is completely belongs to a teachers and a engineering family.
Mm-hmm.
So they suggest me to go for only the teacher course. So one of my senior was there. She joined for a nursing, and she started to praising about the nursing. And
Mm-hmm.
another one motivated thing is my grandfather. He
Mm-hmm.
underwent a surgery in the year of like very long back. I was not born, I hope so, on that time. And even he was keep on praising that nurse. And after my birth, like when I was 16 and 17 year, and still he was remembering that nurse name and Meenakshi, and she was the one how she took care, and that motivates me very much. And how people will carry the names and they're remembering us. So this is a better opportunity and better chance to serve the people.
So, have you had that kind of experience here? Like, some of the patients that you have treated, you see them someday in your life, and they remember you, they remember your name, they come to you and they say, Ki, we remember how you took care of us when we were hospitalized. So, thank you so much for that.
Definitely, so many times I had like this experience, and still they are in my contact. They used to wish for any of the occasions and the festivals.
So they stay in touch. How difficult is it though? I mean, currently, because of this COVID-19, nurses are the ones who are dealing with patients for most of their days, whether it is giving them injections, whether it is giving them treatment, whether it is putting them on oxygen, everything the doctors would just, direct you to do things. They would also obviously take care of the patient, but you are the one who are doing most of the practical work, and that too after wearing a PPE kit. So how difficult it is in these times to manage so many patients?
Yeah, definitely it is a very difficult and a very tough for a nurses who are directly dealing with the patients. How the weather is now, we know without fan and AC, definitely we cannot survive in the
Mm-hmm.
outside. But our nurses with the scrub suit on top of that, it's a PPE kits and triple layer mask and over that N95 mask. And their PPE kit, just as I told you that, like in the normal weather, it's surviving is how tough. And with AC and without AC and the fans, we cannot not at all sit for more than a 10 minutes also.
Mm-hmm.
And our nurses like continuously with the 6 hours and some of the time 8 hours. When it is needed, it is more than that. And with scrub suit and PPE kits, triple layer mask, N95, and they're covering from head to toe. and they're serving like the more than the god, I say. Like nobody can survive because any of the doctors, administrative staffs, and nobody can survive more than 6 to 8 hours with PPE. Our
Mhm.
nurses are doing it. It is quite really a too tough.
It's just such a job that needs to be appreciated, especially when when you see people who don't even want to wear a mask for longer than 1 hour because they feel like it is suffocating. We can't wear a mask for too long, but there you are wearing a PPE kit for 6 long hours. What
Yeah.
about the mental pressure of being inside a COVID ward or being near a COVID patient? Since in this COVID second wave, everyone knows that it is a virulent virus, so its transmissibility is higher. You're more at risk nowadays. So what is that mental pressure like you have a family back home and you also have people that you want to protect and you also don't want to get impacted yourself, so but you also have to treat the patient. So what kind of mental pressures do nurses deal with on an everyday basis?
Every day, because my nurses are dealing with what to say, nurses is not only the nurses themselves. They have a personality, kind of a versatile, the character and the versatile, the qualities. They have a versatile responsibility, like a mother, nurse, sister, mother, husband, wife, right? So many roles they are playing on their daily routines. So this is the wave, second wave. What we faced is the normal patients is also becoming sick. They're
Mm-hmm.
coming with the room air, and after 6 or 8 hours, they're converting into the oxygen and high flow, and they're going to NIV and ventilators. So
Mm-hmm.
dealing with those peoples, each and every situations have the patient condition, and we should inform to the patient relatives and the same to the doctors, and dealing with the patient and convince to the patient. This is really a too tough.
How
My nurse.
scary is it, like, for yourself, like when you go home, how scary is it that you also have to cook for your kids or you have to take care of your family, and at the same time you also are not sure whether you are infected or not, because as we know that symptoms develop way too late. But even after you are taking a lot of precautions, you still have it at the back of your head that I might be infected, but I don't want to infect anyone in my family. So how scary is it?
Definitely it's a scary, as it is a very viral line, this second wave, and we have a zero tolerance policy in the PPE and the standard precautions. So we insist each and everyone to be adheres to all the precautions. This is standard precautions, and soon after their duty completion, we made a provision to take a bath. After this, food, and the rest, if they get positive also, hospital itself, they're taking completely the food facility, medicine, and the stay within the campus.
Mm.
So maximum, before they goes from, there's a chances, just we are, how we are minimizing is, they are taking completely a bath, disinfecting themselves, and they're entering to their room. And
But
again, if they wish,
yeah, yeah, continue please.
yeah, if they wish, they can take another one more bath at their house also. So that gives some relaxation. They cannot, what to say, contact this person, contact the family members, and infect the family members.
How do you cope up with the stress though, like when a normal person, whenever they enter inside a COVID ward, they have it in their head that I have to be careful of this, I have to be careful of this, I have to be careful of this, but you are in those COVID wards like every day and it is something you cannot avoid. So being inside there and knowing that the patient is COVID positive, but you still have to treat them. So how do you cope up with the stress on your own, that okay, everything is going to be all right, you need to stay motivated? Is there like specific mantra or specific exercise or some meditation? What do you guys do to make sure that you stay motivated and do not just fall to that stress and the trauma of experiencing this entire pandemic which has like brought the world to its knees?
Yeah, definitely that. Before we are allocating into the COVID department, we are teaching them that how to keep us stress free and how to manage. And the most and important thing is prioritizing the work. Whom we should just prioritize in the first. You know that ventilator patient has to be given the care first than this room air patient, and the room air patient demands only the food and the oral medications. So as we are prioritizing the work, and the patient counseling also, We have a very good system of we are not allowing the patient relatives inside. So we are
Mm-hmm.
getting more chances to interact with the patients also.
So, like, how do you deal with the patient? Because a patient who is COVID positive is sure to be freaking out. They're sure to be anxious and having hysteria as well as soon as they hear that they're COVID positive. So, what do you tell these patients just to make sure that they calm down and they don't let this, this infection
Also,
impact their mental health?
yeah, the hemodynamical status as well the vital status and what medication is patient is getting. Each and every step is explaining to the patient so
Mm-hmm.
that and he can assure themselves. We are assuring the patient also, you will come out in these days and you are getting this medication, and time to time providing of foods and hydration of the patient. Each and every point we are taking care. So maximum my nurses are introducing themselves also, when they're giving a feedback, particularly they're mentioning their name also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, keeping that human touch, so the other person knows that we are the ones who will take care of you properly, as like your own relative will take care of you, we will also take care of you. Yeah. So, what about the like some kind of fun moments must have happened, like even despite all these dark times, from COVID wards, especially Narayana Hospital, there were also some videos where a doctor is singing to the patient or the patient themselves is singing after recovering. So, have you experienced any of those fun moments? Would you like to share some anecdotes?
No, not like that. And the recently it had not happened like that. The thing we are encouraging the patient to listen to musics, and we are allowing that ward patient to like talk to the patient relatives, and our consultants and the senior staffs are counseling to the patient relatives so that they will be also less making their mind and my patient is getting the proper care, and the patient will be also, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever the queries they are raising, each and everything will be like resolved from the nursing staff and the doctors.
What is more challenging though? Is talking to the patient and convincing them is more challenging, or convincing the relatives is more challenging?
Conversing the relative is more challenges because see, we have this is the dynamic status, as it is more virulent and the patient condition is may worsening at any time. So
Mm-hmm.
now the patient is normal, after 3 hours he may deteriorate. So that is conveying to the patient relatives. It's a really a tough job. Hence we are doing it.
What about like I mean, I have seen these instances as well, like when doctors and nurses have given it their best to treat a patient and it feels like they're recovering, but at sudden point, because of like innumerable reasons, you lose the patient, they do not survive. So what kind of feelings do you have at that point, that you have given it your best, but you have interacted with that person for so long, but now they're no more, and you have to be the harbingers of bad news, and you have to be the ones to tell the relatives as well that your patient is no more. So how difficult is that?
Yeah. The thing actually, as we are also the human being, we do have a strong feeling and the touch of the patient. As we are treating the patient in end of life care, and they are the one and expressing their the last wishes and what they want, what they don't want, each and everything with the nurses,
Mm-hmm.
right? And after our full effort also, if we failed in that, and that is obviously everyone will get disappointed about that, and we too have the same experience.
Mm-hmm. But like you never get used to watching someone die, but the profession that you are in, it's inevitable that you will be taking care of some very serious patients, and some of them do lose their lives. So how challenging is it? Like on one hand, you can have like the experience of losing a loved one is like it's inexplainable, but you see that grief every day, like almost every day, and you see that grief throughout your careers. So like, is that a part of your career that you like feel like this shouldn't be part of it, it's very difficult to deal with?
This is part of our profession. The
Mm-hmm.
birth, death, care, everything is a part of our profession. We have to go through each and everything.
Mm-hmm. Have you like how do you keep each other motivated though? I mean, you're the head of nurses, so of course you have to keep talking to the other nurses as well. So if someone is going through a really tough time after losing a patient, how do you take care of each other?
Yeah, definitely. We do have the briefing session every day. Who are all working in the COVID department? Each 3 times, like we have a 4 shifts, the 6 hour shift. Even though in the midnight also they used to report us, and we are taking care of them in the all basic facilities. We used to ask them daily, day to day. Just we are briefing and we are motivating them, and we are asking their welfare also. Not only that the patient report, we are asking the staff welfare also, where they're struck, and are they facing any problem in the bathing, and PPE kits, food, any of the facilities. And soon after, like whatever we are getting the complaints, we are trying to resolve that.
Like, what would you say to all those people who are watching you right now, who are like trying to understand whether or not they should join this profession? What would you like to give? Like, is there a message you would like to give all those people? How difficult is it? What should they be prepared for before joining, before joining nursing services?
Yeah, this is the nursing. It's not a easy profession. It's a very challenging profession. And if we chosen this profession, if we choose this profession, definitely we will get a very credit from blessings and recognition from the patient who are all just going after the care, and after recovery. And definitely I would recommend all, like maximum of the people who are all wish to come to our profession, they can take it up, but they should ready for a challenge also.
Ready for the challenge? Like, what kind of things should they keep in mind, that if you have this, if you have this, if you have this, then okay, you are fit for this profession? What kind of inherent qualities they should have if they want to
Inherent,
join nursing?
but they should just ready to adjustable and the flexibility at any time. We should be ready for a 24 bar 7.
Mm-hmm.
Next to army, it's a nursing profession. It's only we are like serving doctors. Definitely they are serving, but the nursing services, you know that always the quote says like the doctors are the brain of the hospital, and the nurses are heart of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If brain fails, the hospital the body will manage the body. Okay, and if heart fails, nothing will work. So nurses are how important, I mean to
Mm-hmm.
say. So definitely I will recommend who are all wishes to come to our profession, they should be ready for a challenges, and they should compromise the comfortness, their comfort
Mm-hmm.
zones. Yeah.
How do you feel about criticism though? Like, even because of these challenging times, there are many times when you are unable to save a patient, but then you face a lot of criticism from the family, from the rest of the people who are saying, okay, maybe the nursing care was not well enough. That's why the patient did not survive. Maybe there was the problem at the part of the hospital. That's why the patient did not survive. So how do you deal with that criticism, that despite these challenging times and despite suffering so much, like I'm saying suffering because wearing a pp kit for 6 hours is no less than suffering. So after doing everything, after after stretching yourself to limits, after that when you face criticism, so how do you deal with that?
This criticism, and you told like the whatever this in the socially society it is saying about, the end of the day we are concentrating on only the patient care, how much we can extend our care. And unfortunately, the thing, it's everything is not possible. Out of 100 we
Mm-hmm.
cannot save 100 patients also, and this is a part of the our profession also, the criticism.
Mm-hmm. So, like, is
Definitely.
there something specific you tell yourself to convince yourself that it's all right if the everyone else criticizes, I'm doing my best?
Definitely. Because as we are what to say, the criticism, like we cannot ignore, we should ignore some of the point of a time, like criticism we should not take it as a very serious note in our profession. If we take it in that, like we cannot deal with any of the patient,
Mm.
right? Each and every patient, that like I should not say this. End of the day, in some of the queries the patients are coming with, the finally they're blaming on the care itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether or whether the care,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. And maximum we are trying our best for to give a best services. And criticism is also the part of our profession, but still,
Mm. But still, it feels good to be appreciated, even if it's for one day, the International Nurses Day.
yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for having this conversation with us. And I wish you once again happy International Nurses Day. We wish you all the best, because I mean, you guys are the ones who are doing incredible during these times when people like us, layman like us, would like not even like to be near a hospital during this time, especially in COVID. And we wear like double, triple mask, even if we have to go near anyone, even if they're not COVID positive. And during these times, you're dealing with COVID patients, you're treating them, and you're doing your best, and then you're also taking care of your family and every other responsibility as well. So like all the best and hats off to you guys.
Thank you so much. And I would like to wish each and every nurses for this day is wishing them a very happy International Nurses Day. Fight safe and stay safe. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.